Okay, so the difference between something minimally processed versus ultra processed, what happens to the gut, the bacteria in your gut, and the body and the immune system with having those different options?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what we know as it relates to longevity. So first of all, I try to break it down really simply. Our body is like your car. When you put our food is our fuel. When you go to the filling station, you get a choice. You can actually put in, like, you got 4 different kinds of fuel you could put in. All right. If you put in good quality fuel, your car is going to drive better. Over the long haul, it's going to drive better. Every now and then you put in some crummy cheap fuel, it's all right. You're not going to notice. But if you do that day in and day out, you're going to notice it for sure. All right. So you put something good into your body's going to respond really well. You put something bad in your body's also going to respond accordingly in a negative way. So simply, in simplest terms, that's actually what the difference is between ultra processed, which isn't really good for you, and your body's going to revolt. It's going to trash your body from the inside out in ways, some ways we know, and other ways we don't even know yet. By the way, the whole conversation about ultraplastics, microplastics, all right? Hey, you know what? If you ever see like the amount of machinery and plastic that has to, the machines that the processed food has to go
Yeah,
through, who knows how much microplastics are actually found in ultra processed foods.
it's like leaching through. Yeah.
That remains to be seen, and so what I say is that the least amount of processing you can have for your food, the more you can be assured that it's going to be a quality food that you're actually going to put in your body, and your body will react well. So what's going on when you feed your food minimally processed whole foods? Your body is going to extract immediately as many of the polyphenols as it can out of it. Goes in your stomach, gets absorbed into your bloodstream. Those polyphenols go to town. The effect of a polyphenol, of eating polyphenols, and there's a lot of polyphenols in foods: strawberries, blueberries, an orange, an apple, broccoli. All right, when all those polyphenols basically get into your bloodstream, and think about it um, like uh, starting a symphony of effects. You ever go to, like, listen to a symphony orchestra? It's not just usually one instrument that goes off. The whole orchestra goes off, and that's what happens when we eat foods with polyphenols. The dietary fiber tumbles down. We might absorb some of it we don't absorb, tumbles down all the way to your lower gut. What does it do? It feeds our gut microbiome. We've got 39 trillion hungry little baby birds in a nest waiting to be fed. Okay. And the dietary fiber we eat actually feeds them. How important is this? And we know it's really important, not only because eating dietary fiber lowers the risk of diseases like dementia, diabetes, cancer, improves outcomes for cancer. But for cancer, for example, there was a study from the MD Anderson Cancer Center that looked at people with melanoma, okay, a deadly form of skin cancer, getting immunotherapy. So they're getting the state-of-the-art treatment, requires their own immune system to go to town. That's the 70% in your gut, requires the gut bacteria. Gut bacteria need to eat, okay? Got to feed them. Turns out for every 5 to 6 grams of dietary fiber, it decreased mortality by 30%. Mortality, death, okay? Death.
Decreased it.
Decrease it by 5 to 6 grams of dietary fiber per day. Now, what does that look like? Dietary fiber, 5 to 6 grams. You get a medium-sized pear has 5 to 6 grams of dietary fiber. Not a big ask. Okay.
And you do one of those a day.
One of those a day, or the equivalent to get the dietary fiber.
Of course.
All right. So, and again, now you get all the polyphenols, and so, like, powerful effects. How quickly does dietary fiber and these polyphenols, how quickly can they change the fate of your gut bacteria? Within 24 hours.
Come on.
You can start getting changes. So, and I wrote about this in my book, Eat to Beat Disease. You have kiwis, okay, and you measure the gut microbiome, and you can, within 24 hours after eating one kiwi, you can start to grow more healthy gut bacteria in the first day. All right. By 4 days, you start growing other bacteria that are healthy as well. So, like you're asking me, what about the dude who actually hasn't been taking care of himself? Look, this is what I'm telling you. Go eat some whole fresh foods that you prepare yourself. Okay, cut down some of that ultra processed stuff. I'll talk about what the ultra processed stuff does in a second, and you'll start to get these changes. You're hardwired to do this. Your body wants to do it. Let it do its job.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Now,
you'll start to feel the effects, or at least your body will feel the effects within 24 hours.
well, the changes start fast, and so definitely within a few days you will start to feel much better. I mean, listen, you ever go like on a crummy food bender, and then right,
You
like
don't feel good.
you
Yeah.
don't feel good, and then you say, you know what, this sucks. I'm gonna actually like eat healthy now. You start getting it back pretty quick.
Yes.
You're like, I am so glad I'm doing this, right? So the changes happen fast. So I think, so number one, it is within everyone's power to be able to actually make these moves, okay, that count simply by shifting to whole, good, healthy foods. Because, the bad stuff with the artificial preservatives and artificial coloring and all that, the simplest way to think about what they might do besides dump chemicals into your body is they can kill your gut bacteria. That's not what you want to do. Killing the gut bacteria, by the way, is like we're talking about the symphony, Beethoven's Fifth, or Handel's Messiah, big choir in a big concert hall. Like hurting your gut bacteria, like ultra processed foods with all these artificial things. It's like sending in, um, uh, uh, it's like sending in hooligans from a British football game
Screaming and
screaming into a concert hall and kicking over all the instruments.
wow, that's what processed foods do, ultra processed. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.